Welcome, party people. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I have another show for you. I know it's been a long time since I did a broadcast, but you know what I'm saying? A brother got things to do. Got things to do. Life happens, things to take care of. But I got a good show for you right now, and you can see the title of what it is right now. So, yeah, we're gonna be talking about Tariq today, and it seems like again he's with the same old lies. So if he's gonna be with the same old lies, I'm gonna keep coming with the same old truth just to prove that he's wrong. That what I'm saying, he's pretty much an agent, like how you see here. Because what person that's supposed to be Pan African all of a sudden is now against black people and want to keep black people on an island to themselves with their oppressor. Like like any intelligent person knows that there's strength in numbers. And if you have issues with, groups and members of that group, you ostracize people from that group. You don't get rid of 90% of the people of that group for stupid, arbitrary reasons that has no validity in reason or cause to get rid of those people. But anyway, hope my volume is working. Let me see if my volume is working, because I don't want to look stupid and my volume's not working. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a little bit of a test here, and we're gonna get into it. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna do a little quick test, y'all. In the meantime, enjoy.
Mind, a man not blind. Be a man of kindness now. A man so big and strong in mind. Be a man so humble now. A man of man now, let it shine. This is what you are. This is how it has been now. This is what to be.
All right, cool. Volume is working. We're good to go. So before we get into anything, you know me, or if you like me to move, have a little bit of comedy relief what I'm doing before we get everything started. So without further ado, we'll have our little comedy segment before we get into today's topic, right? So before we get into today's topic, let me just give this disclaimer here. Because yes, I do not own this video, and yeah, um, fair use, fair use, fair use. This is for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. You dig? You dig? Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's do this. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Hold up. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love this. I know I am. I'm gonna laugh. I don't care if no one else laugh. I know I'm gonna laugh.
Tariq. Tariq. Oh, wow, I really must have overslept. I need to get up and see how much money Tariq has made today. Okay, let me go on over here to my computer. Alrighty. Wow.
His ass don't even fit in the chair. This is crazy. Clothes is mad young.
Where is Tariq getting all this cash? Oh, my phone. Let me see who's calling. Hello?
Hello, Bucci. This is Agent Stevens at the FBI.
Hey, Bob.
We have another assignment for you, Bucci.
Okay.
Well, there's a new Black History Museum that opened up on Adams, and we need you to go down there and burn it down.
Got it.
Just like we used to do with the black businesses back in the day.
Now, boss, let me ask you something. Do I still get paid in bologna sandwiches?
Yes, you will.
Now, do any of you realize who this is? Yeah, it's our pan Republican Pan-Africanism Brandon Tucker on the Pan-Africanism Strikes Back channel. So yeah, y'all know about that little beef that they have. So Tariq came back with this one. So so far so good.
We'll get paid in bologna sandwiches.
Well, count me in, Bob. Count me in.
I knew we could count on you, Bucci. And after this assignment, we're going to throw in a couple of extra butter biscuits in with your bologna sandwich. How about that?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. You're too kind.
Man, he would have did it for free if Donald Trump asked him to do it. Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell, anybody. You know, I don't think just the FBI, because the Republicans, they don't like the FBI now, because they, Trump says, we're the party of law and order, and unless they're trying to put law and order on them. But man, if it was Trump, he would have did it for free. And you know what I'm saying? And have Trump slap them cheeks. Let's continue.
Oh, goody. Now let me go find the keys to my Bucci mobile so I can go handle this business.
What the hell?
I'm going to teach Tariq a lesson, and then I'm going to make a ton of videos about it afterwards. Okay, that looks like the building right there. Let me get my firebomb ready and nice and lit.
Now, I doubt Tariq has a place for the Black History Museum. It's a hidden history museum because we can't see it. Y'all paid for a building that's hidden and invincible. You know what I'm saying? So it got like a cloaking device. So we don't know where it is. So I don't know what he's trying to firebomb, but whatever.
But before I throw the firebomb, let me take a bite of this delicious bologna sandwich. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God, my stomach is kind of upset. I think I ate too many bologna sandwiches.
Yo, how his stomach gets so big out of nowhere? It's like his stomach's gonna drive. Like he could drive the car with his stomach. Yo, this is ridiculous. Oh wow, yo, my kids is seeing this and they were like rolling, yo. They were like rolling. They were like cracking up. Like they're like, yo, Tariq is spot on when it comes to this. This is crazy.
Oh my, wait, what? Oh no,
Tariq, victim. Shut up. Stop with the victim. Stop it, victim. What happened to his hair? Yo, dude, he got no hair. Yo, he bald. He got no hairline. Like, what's going on?
Oh Lord, what the hell is this?
Oh,
It's
hell
a
of damn.
burned up bear. Get yourself on out of here.
Get from
Where's
here.
my bear spray?
Get from here.
I need some milk. It's Tariq's fault. I'm gonna sue Tariq.
Stop with the victim. you take them hey.
Well, Mr.
Wait, did Tariq get that from me? Did Tariq listen to my little channel? Because that's how I sound when I mimic Brandon. But anyway.
Bucci, I'm going through different case studies here, and there's nothing in the record that shows that you could sue because you sustained third-degree pussy burns. So, unfortunately for you, Mr. Bucci, I'm going to have to dismiss the case. Hearing adjourned.
No way. No justice, no peace. It was Tariq.
That's enough of that. That was funny. That was funny. Which now brings me to our topic of the day. So, for those of you that may or may not know, the West Indian Day Parade happened like 2 weeks ago. Yes. I know I'm late. Whatever. Like I said, I have like things to do and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm only getting to it right now. But yeah, the West Indian Day Parade was a couple of weeks ago. It was a really big deal because of COVID. They canceled all the other parades. I mean, last year they had other parades, but they didn't let the West Indian Day Parade, the only black parade. The Irish had their parade, the gays had their parade, but when it came to the black people, we couldn't have our parade or anything like that. So this year was like a big deal, because wow, it's been like 2 years, and that's like a very, very long time not to have a West Indian Day Parade. A lot of people come from the Caribbean, come from Canada, come from Europe, come from all over. And, just to attend, the West Indian Day Parade. And before that, it's like, they have it in Trinidad. It's called Juve. So Juve will be that Sunday. It'll start like Sunday night and it will go into Monday. So people will start partying from like Sunday night all the way into Monday. So it's like almost like a 24-hour thing, you know what I'm saying? So with that said, I just want to give you guys a little bit of background on that. But I was listening to what Tariq Nacoon was saying about it. I'm like, all right, here we go. I know he's going to be hating on it. I know he's going to be hating on it. And just with the regular lies and all these other things. And that's why I think this dude has to be and some sort of an agent. If he's not some sort of an agent, FBI be coming to his crib and all this other stuff. So maybe it's because the FBI doesn't like what he's saying. For what reason? We don't know why. Maybe he's become a little bit of a domestic terrorist. Or maybe he is there. He's in cahoots with them. Or maybe it's a combination of both. We really don't know. But we're going to get into all his lies and get into foundational buck broken Americans or foundational bitch ass Americans, like I like to call them. So let's see what Tariq is saying about this. And let's show the lies.
You know how they do in the media. They're already reporting a gazillion shootings in Chicago and Philly and all of that stuff. So you know what that is. Usually it's the white supremacists orchestrating these shootings, but it is what it is.
That's dumb. There's actually black people being caught going to jail for shooting the person. Like, it got nothing to do, like white people are just, so it's white people dressed in blackface going around to black neighborhoods killing black people to make black people look bad? That sounds stupid.
As long as we understand that, we're good. Waiting on everybody to pile on in here. Let me retweet the room. What's up, Lioness? How are you, dear? Shout out to that sister. But listen, a few things we're going to talk about. I'm going to get on the West Indian Day Parade thing in a minute. But earlier today, I tweeted in Baltimore. Now they have they've issued an alert where people need to boil their water. really have to badger them with this, because if they want us to get out here and vote for them.
Again, sorry about that, guys. This is like another stupid video.
People, and this is not an accident. This is not an accident. This is very systematic. Okay. Where
I'm from FBA.
Okay. Let me take a good look at it. Okay. Ice and everything popping. They had it popping out there. Shit. Boy, they had jerk chick today. Big turnout. A lot of folks out there. But listen, I want to talk about. They had the West Indian Day Parade out in Brooklyn today. Big turnout. A lot of folks out there. Huge turnout. The streets were packed. Boy, they had jerk chicken and bammy bread and peas and rice and everything popping. They had it popping out there. Shout out to them. Shout out to the people out there in New York. Shout out to all the people from the immigrant community who celebrated the West Indies in Brooklyn. Shout out to you. Now, y'all went out there and celebrated. Y'all were twerking in the streets, having a good time. And guess what y'all didn't see? You didn't see FBA's complaining. See how that works? Notice how none of us complained. None of us were out here whining and talking about, oh, you niggas hit us. We weren't doing none of that.
No. There's never been a time where anyone from the West Indies, we didn't have an event to go hate on Black Americans, right? You were trying to have a march for Black Americans hating on Africans and hating on Caribbean people. You see how that works? You see how you like to throw a rock and then hide your hand, right? All to just, have animosity between Black people. You know what I'm saying? You want to like start like infighting, and you know nothing about Brooklyn, New York. This part of Brooklyn, New York, yes, there's a heavy Caribbean community, but there are a lot of Black Americans in that same community. You know how many times I would go to the West Indian Day Parade and you'll see some Americans out there with some American flags, right? Because why? They're American. That's their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You got Jamaicans, Haitians, Grenadians, Barbadians, Guyanese, Trinidadians, whatever. Even you got Black people from the UK that come out there and they have their UK flags. Africans come out there and they have their Nigerian, Ghanaian flags. It's all love. We know we're from different places, but you know what? The one thing that we know that binds us together is our Blackness, because we're not traitors like FBA. We're not looking at our colonial masters saying like, well, my master better than your master, so I means I'm better because the white man, you think the white man that enslaved you was better than the white man that enslaved us. And that's what you're going off of. You're going off of, well, the white people, the white slave masters in America is better than the Jamaican ones. It's better than the Trinidadians. Better one. It's really dumb. So what you're doing is really stupid. So that's why I'm saying he's an agent. You want to look, it's only like 2 million African Americans, more or less. And there's no such thing as 2 million African Americans that are just among African Americans and they procreate and hang out with themselves. I've been to the South. Y'all, anything white, y'all Negroes jump on. Anything white, y'all Negroes jump on. Y'all be looking like Trick Daddy and Coolio all at the same time with your hair all braided, looking crazy, with gold teeth and flip-flops with socks on, happy to have like a big old white woman on next to you grinning with gold teeth. So like, come on now. Hey, if that's what y'all like, that's what y'all like. No one ain't looking at you like crazy. Like no Jamaicans looking at you like, hey, what's going on there, But you don't act like you FBA is this ironclad group of no one getting in and we don't have coons and we pro-black. No, you're not. Just by what FBA stands for means they're anti-black. You're only 2 million, and you think that you could have the 99.9% of black people as your enemy along with everybody else, and y'all think y'all going to be Gucci. That sounds stupid.
Stuff. Foundation of Black Americans are secure enough to not have a problem with you celebrating your lineage.
Now, obviously, we know he's lying, right? Do you guys remember this before I saw that video? So here's a video of him back in the day. Sorry about for this stupid video. This is a video when he went to Jamaica, right? He went to Jamaica. He wasn't saying tether this, tether that, jerk chicken, oxtail, cooking this and all that. He was paying homage to Jamaica when he went there, right? That's what he was doing.
And
so let's take a look at it.
One of the players on Facebook was like, man, if you in Jamaica, man, you got to go see the ganja fields. I'm like, okay.
So they go here with his
put that on my to-do list.
It's an animation, you know, he did with his mulatto wife and stuff like that, his half-black wife. You know what I'm saying? He don't want a 100% black woman. You know, he want a mulatto wife, so he got white people in his family, but he pro-black. But anyway, I'll let it continue.
So anyway, I'm with another cab driver. He's taking me around. We go to this place called the Dolphin Cove. That was closed, but it was about to be closed because we went there too late. So now I want to get into something because I went to a place called Mystic Mountain. I went to Dunn's River. I went to all the sightseeing tourist spots. So now I want to get into something. I got the cab driver.
What's up with his wife? She can't take that sun. I guess her white ass is getting sunburned. Like, Tariq, you need to put some suntan on your white wife or she gets skin cancer, bro. Like, what the hell?
I'm like, okay, you know, take us to some spots. And this was one of them hustling cab drivers. See, a lot of the cab drivers, they have little deals with people at resorts and other places where if they bring in customers, they get a little cut on the side. They have those type of deals going on.
Yeah, man. Me a bust up the white boy. Right? Because even Tariq knows. That's how you know this dude's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Jamaican, we don't play that. You know what I'm saying? You in Jamaica, you doing business with me. So give the white boy $1.
So the cab driver was taking us to different spots. He took us to some little river place where a guy has a raft. I didn't really want to do that. So he took us to another spot. He was like our little tour guide. He was like, okay, over here, this is the elementary school. Over here to the right, that's another waterfall. Over here to the left, that's our water plant. And so he was being my tour guide. And I said, I want.
So it looks like Jamaica has an infrastructure, but now he on his failed broken American tip. He's saying that nothing's popping over there. The white man does this. The white man does that, and that, and you got nothing going on over there. It's dusty and it's a black nation, and black people are doing what they want to do. Right? They're living their life like every other black nation. Black people in America can't get a town unto themselves.
I want to go to somewhere where they're selling sugar cane. So he took me to the sugar cane guy. Bought some sugar cane, ate some raw sugar cane. That was cool. And I made the mistake of saying to this guy, I said, hey, where are the ganja fields? Let me give y'all some advice, man. If you are in Jamaica, don't ever ask nobody where the ganja fields are. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Because they will show you. And the thing is, even if you, and I'm not a weed smoker.
He got a whole Tep shirt. Yo, this dude is like a hustler and a professional bullshitter. He was on that pro-black stuff for a long, long time. He didn't realize that Pan-Africanism is dead. He didn't. He doesn't tell you any story or any experience that he shows and proves to you that, oh, I was trying to do this and they didn't reciprocate. It's all word of mouth. It's all hearsay, right? So he wasn't no rider for, like, they got people that I know, all types of people from America, from the United States, from the Caribbean, that are Pan-Africanists, and what they're doing, no matter where they go in the diaspora on a continent, they are successful in what they do. My uncle has a company in Guyana, in England, and I'm not sure if he still has it here in the States, right? He's Gucci. He's good, right? So he's a failure. So maybe, let's say he's being honest. He was a failure at it. So because he's a failure at it, and then people probably saw what type of snake oil salesman he is, they probably don't want to deal with him. Like, yo, I ain't mess with this dude. This dude is full of shit. You changes like the weather. He's not dependable. So no one wanted to mess with you. No one that wants to do any real business is going to mess with you. So, it's dead. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue.
Okay, I've never smoked a joint in my life. I don't fuck with that. I don't do weed at all. Even if you are a weed smoker, you don't ever ask for it, because if you stand out on the street, somebody will come up to you and ask you if you want to buy some weed. It's that simple. If you post up, you just walk outside, wait about 2 minutes, somebody will walk up, hey, you want that purple? You want the OG Kush? They'll ask you if you want weed, so you really don't have to go out and solicit. But the thing is, I asked this dude where the ganja fields were, and when I asked him that, this motherfucker starts smiling from his ear to his ass. He's like, oh, you want to know what the ganja fields are? And I'm like, yeah, I just want to, I'm just sightseeing. I've never seen a ganja field before. I just want to go by and see it. Oh, right. You want to see it, right? Okay, I'll show you. I said, okay, now this motherfucker's grinning real hard. So in his mind, he thinks I'm talking in code. He thinks that I'm just in a low-key coded way saying that I want to buy a big supply of weed.
All right.
I haven't picked up into these mountains. And I'm like, well, damn, I'm thinking that we're just going to drive by a feet, got to a point where the road up to this shack.
So basically, I'm not going to play the whole thing.
The whole damn island.
I just want to give you an idea of the respect and the homage that he paid and the truth that he told about Jamaica before he started doing this FBA bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You guys could, check out that animation, that video right there. I just basically want to just give you guys like a real quick idea. Don't want to be on here too long and stuff like that. So that's one example, right? I got another example of when basically, he started jumping ship, right? He basically started jumping ship. So, I shouldn't have did that, guys. So let's get back. Where you at? So let's get back to it. So I showed you already where he was, paying respect, paying homage, and all this other stuff, right? So now we gotta get on his FBA bullshit, right? So do you guys remember this?
What? Calm down, nigga. I don't like.
So this is just a dude. He's talking about FBA this, FBA that, and pretty much disparaging Jamaicans. I had another clip where he went to New York, spoke to a Jamaican. I wish he was in New York because I would have came up to him because people didn't know what his game was. At that time, it was very slow. I wanted to confront him, and the Jamaican dude really didn't get an idea of how of all the slanderous stuff he say about Africans. This when he went on Sarnetta. So y'all can check it out when he went on Sarnetta Studios, and he wasn't talking crazy like that because he was talking to Garfield. Garfield is Jamaican. Sarnetta is Dominican. He wasn't talking about you Jamaicans, you're dusty, you Dominicans, you ain't black. y'all niggas think y'all white, y'all da, 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 da. Nah, it was none of that, right? So right here, Jamaican dude is on some, yo, what the hell is all this? You ain't black and da, 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 and all this anti-black hate. So the dude's trying to find out, and Tariq always time when you get at him, he always tell you calm down, dude is calm. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys see it. Oh, one time on his podcast, I don't know where it was. He said that Jamaicans, y'all hear this? If you ask a Jamaican if he's black, he says, "No, I'm not black. I'm Jamaican." That's what he said. If you go to a Jamaican, if you go to a yardie, if you used to go to a yardie or a yard man, be like, yo, you're a black man and this that. No, I'm not black. I'm Jamaican. I'm like, what? Yo, I started asking my wife, asking my Jamaican peoples. It was like, who told you that? I was like, Tariq Nacoon. He said that. It was like, yo, why you listen to that fucking fool? The dude was an idiot. But anyway, I'll play the video if you guys missed this one.
You want? Yeah. What's up?
Yo.
They said you've been trolling in the room. I haven't seen.
I'm not trolling. I'm trying to talk to you. So I feel like that y'all like what?
Calm down, nigga.
I feel like you're hating, bro.
Nigga, calm the fuck.
You see, dude is not screaming. He said he's trying to find out, calling him all types of niggas. No, nigga, calm the fuck down, nigga. He's Tariq is the one that's hostile. You know what I'm saying? You know, Black Americans like almost calling each other nigga because, you know, they remember because according to it's one thing Tariq Nasheed is right about. Y'all Black Americans have a lot of white ideology, white identity, and white customs, right? Even if it's degrading to you. So if a white man call you nigga from sun up to sundown, anybody else, oh, I guess I was a nigga. And you call any black person nigga, no matter how degrading it is, even though you know the trauma, the degradation that black people went through in that word, that being the last word that a lot of black people during slavery, during the civil rights era, and who knows nowadays, that's the last word they heard. But now we're going to keep using that word. Yeah, but we're Caribbeans and Africans are the sellouts. I don't I don't hear North Africans be all them freaking Arabs calling themselves Aswad, which means black, which means slave. I don't hear South Africans call each other Kefir. Hey, my Kefir, Kefir. I don't hear them doing that, but y'all are doing that. But the diaspora and the continentals are the sellouts, and their mind ain't right, but your mind is right. Okay, got it.
Down, bro. Your energy real funny stuff. Calm down.
No. I feel like you hate it.
All right, but first, calm the
I'm
fuck.
I'm calm, bro. I'm saying
Let's
all the FBA stuff is like hating. Like, why are you even saying that stuff? Like, why would you put on Instagram?
Where are you from?
Where am I from?
And this is what all foundational broken Americans is. Start saying, where you from? Where you from? You can't even have a conversation. Look, I don't care if you talking to the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. If the Grand Wizard of Ku Klux Klan says that the sun rises in the morning and the sun is gone at night, he's telling the truth. He doesn't look, well, he's the Grand Wizard. Well, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The truth is the truth. I remember Claude Anderson when he was talking about the state of Black America. He's like, I don't care if you hear from a white mouth or a black mouth. Black Americans have not made one iota of progress since the end of the Civil War. I don't care who's telling you that we are doing different. I don't care if it comes out of a white mouth or a black mouth. What Claude Anderson is saying. You have to look at the truth for what it is and not where the truth is coming from. So by Tariq Nasheed saying, where you from, he's trying to undermine him by saying that he's not valid to ask a question at all. He's not valid enough to ask a legitimate question.
From New York. Why would y'all like?
Where is your family from?
From Jamaica.
Okay, shut the fuck up and respect foundational Black Americans.
I'm not respecting none of that coon shit. What are you talking about?
The coon.
And the brother is right. It's coon shit. Anytime you have, now understand, if you have a group of people, a very small, minute minority group of people within a minority group of people that are acting ways, like the Boule in America. The Boule was, like his wife, a mulatto class, right? But they were the favorable class. That's still a thing today, right? Because Black Americans, they have a thing with colorism. You look at TV, they have a black person on there. It'd be some mulatto looking person, like how his kids look like, how his wife look like. You know what I'm saying? Some mulatto, racially ambiguous looking Negro. Like, I know they black, but they ain't black, because what are these Negroes mixed with? You know what I'm saying? So back to what I was saying, they have the thing called the Boule, right? So they have that all in America. So I understand, like, yo, you gotta look out for these Boulets and all these people. And Tariq used to say that, all these Boulets, because they want to undermine, because the white society favors them as their this is what you need to be as a black person. You're the model Negro when it comes to looks and everything, right? So that segment is there, but he's not doing that. He wants black people to be on an island to themselves. And once you're on an island to yourselves and you're defenseless and you burn all bridges, right, for reinforcements, right, you're left by yourself. So you're saying 2 million or less black people could fight off threats, global threats, and now you make new enemies. Now you got black people that are your enemies. Does that make sense to anybody?
It's you and your coward fucking family that had to bounce because you failed in Jamaica, nigga.
Because we failed in Jamaica?
And that's his whole thing. He thinks, so all of a sudden he don't know the dude. The dude is in America and he's calling the dude a failure because he's here in America. He don't call his white mother-in-law, like, what you doing here, bitch? Why you not in Europe? You're a failure. Nah, but he's not gonna say that. He don't get at white people. What the whole thing at Power 105 over there, he's not getting at the Hispanic community. He's not getting even at the Asian community. He's hating and only getting after the black community. And you failed bitch ass Americans don't see that, like how he's trying to sabotage black people.
You failed in fucking Jamaica.
And then what happened to everybody that's in America?
Nigga, we still here fighting. That's what we do. We didn't.
How y'all fighting? How are black Americans fighting? Protesting, marching on the bridge, shit like that, voting for Obama twice. How you fighting? You're not fighting at all. Y'all still marching around, right? Joe Biden's the president. Black people voted for Joe Biden, right? Instead of marching on the bridge and all this other stuff, why don't you march on the Capitol, protest in front of the Capitol, and say, "Hey, Joe Biden, you said that it wasn't for black people. You know, you want to be president and you want the black vote, and you also said if you don't vote for me, you ain't black." That's where the energy needs to be. But no, you're gonna beat up on people that's like, so there's 2 million black Americans in the United States. There's extremely way less more black immigrants. Black immigrants, I don't even think makes up 1% of the United States population. But you're gonna beat up on the diaspora and Jamaican people. Okay. That's cowardness.
Run like
so
you ran like a bitch.
So FBA.
I'm saying you.
Wait, no. Let me ask you.
You ran like a bitch.
FBA,
I'm telling you. No, don't ask me nothing.
No, because I'm testing.
See, don't ask me nothing. Tariq Nacoon does not want to answer questions. He just wants to curse, scream, over talk you, because it's not about, hey, look, I know what I'm saying is absolutely correct, and I know that you're full of it. if Tariq knows what he was saying is absolutely correct, he will let the dude speak and just destroy him in what he is trying to say. But Tariq knows he's running a con, he's running a game, he knows he's an op. So why is he gonna let him talk? Because the dude was gonna bring up some good points. I'll let it play a little bit more.
Your family,
FBA support Malcolm X.
Nigga, your family ran
Yo,
like
does FBA
bitches.
support Malcolm X?
You ain't at liberty to say
I'm
nothing
saying
about
does FBA
foundational
support
Black
Malcolm
Americans.
X?
Nigga,
FBA
Malcolm X
support
got
Malcolm X.
enough. The Malcolm X was half foundational Black American. You ain't got nothing to do with
You
Malcolm
say
X.
he was half?
Yes, he was.
But
His dad was the foundation.
Wait. So he don't even know this dude is like Tariq changes the definition of FBA the whole time. First is F Malcolm X. Now, he's half foundational Black American. I don't know how that worked.
The whole thing you talk about came from Jamaica. What are you talking about?
Nigga, first of all, Marcus Garvey was Jamaican. He said y'all weren't shit. Marcus Garvey didn't get shit popping in Jamaica. He got it popping here. Y'all try to tell the Marcus.
And who betrayed Marcus Garvey? A bunch of Americans. And Marcus Garvey never said that Jamaicans weren't shit. And what do y'all do to protect Marcus Garvey? Since y'all fighting, since FBA are fighters, y'all don't do shit to protect Marcus Garvey.
Garvey lied. Marcus Garvey left Jamaica in disgust because of coons like your bitch ass. Nigga, don't come over here running your fucking.
So if you leave America, there's coons there, right? So what about W.E.B. Du Bois? Right? W.E.B. Du Bois left. You probably left because there's a coon ass Negroes like you. If you're gonna play that game.
Everywhere, bro. There's coons everywhere.
And at least we got coons that stay here. We don't flee. You're not at liberty to say nothing about a foundational.
Black Americans run all the time. Harriet, y'all left the South and y'all was leaving plantations. Which, yeah, no one wants to be a slave. But don't say you fit there and all of you fought. I mean, you had the Stoner Rebellion and other rebellions, of Nat Turner and other things, but y'all was running, right? Even all the way to Canada. Y'all ran to other white people. Y'all went to white people in the North, and some of y'all was like, whoa, no, they ain't North enough. And y'all ran all the way to Canada. So there's Black Americans that are in Canada right now. And even at the end of the Civil War, right, you had something called, I spoke this in my last couple of videos a while back, you had the Great Migration. The Great Migration in the South happened several times where you had Black people that lived in the South and they moved to the cities in the North because they were getting their ass kicked in the South by racist Confederates that are the Republicans right now today, right? Y'all ran to Virginia, you ran to Delaware, New York, Massachusetts, right? You also ran to Chicago, you ran to Cleveland, Ohio, you ran to Texas, you ran to Cali. Y'all did that several migrations where that happened, so you ran. So you don't need to be talking shit. You need to shut the fuck up.
Black American.
Flee where?
Fled.
Where?
You fled your.
Flee Jamaica.
You fled your
here.
homeland.
Yo, you know
you
what?
didn't stay there to fight.
Hold on.
You didn't stay there to fight and make it better.
All right, let me calm down.
You didn't stay there to fight and make your country better, my nigga.
See, he's not letting him talk. He's not going to let him talk.
You can't do nothing to us. We stay here and make our shit better. We go through the hardships and we stay to make it better, my nigga.
Let me calm down.
You ain't in Jamaica.
You are right.
How come you ain't in Jamaica fighting for your family and your lineage, my nigga?
I don't want to talk.
How come you ain't in Jamaica talking that gully shit you talking? You ain't in Jamaica? How come you ain't there fighting, nigga? You got all that mouth here. You ain't over there getting the Asians and the Indians off their ass in Jamaica.
The Indians and the Asians in Jamaica are a small minority and they hardly own anything out there. When you saw the video that he did you see him put a bunch of Indians and Chinese? No, they weren't there, right? And how the hell Tariq's going to talk about a bunch of Indians and neighbors when every Black neighborhood you go into is a bunch of Koreans, Chinese, Arabs, and Hispanics. You got a bunch of Chinese doing the Chinese nail salon. Black American women be in there, right? Grocery stores. The Arabs own and the Chinese own the grocery stores. Like, what the hell are you talking about? It's not like that in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all own? Only thing niggas own up here be what? Be a rib shack and a barber shop. That's it. And y'all don't even hold a bunch of franchises of those. Like, what are you talking about?
Go to Jamaica all the time, nigga. So don't have all that smoke for us and you ain't got it for them.
I
see them. Have a good night. Nigga, fuck off my phone, nigga.
See, and that's what he does. He can't respond. You're supposed to sit there, just take abuse, and you cannot have an intellectual conversation with him because it's not about intelligence. It's not about, well, let's get to the bottom of why your country is the way it is and yada yada yada. No. It's not about getting to the root of it. It's about just him degrading black people. That's it. And notice he doesn't have one black person on there that criticizes, because I know there's black Americans like, this is some bullshit, but he doesn't have them on. So obviously, I think he pretty much vets his calls. He pretty much vets his callers. So all this right here, Tariq Nacoon, you know what I'm saying, roasting Jamaicans and Jamaicans. See, he's all this is just some nonsense. You know what I'm saying? All he wants to do is just split black people up for our own demise. If that's not some op stuff, I don't know what is. Right? So that's what's going on with him on his timeline. Hold on a second. I had something else lined up. All right, so let's get back to what he's saying about the West Indian Day Parade. And we're about to get into something else. Go to the next segment. Boom, 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 boom. All right.
Knock yourself out.
While both NetSuite.
Sorry about that, y'all. I can't help the commercials. Come on now.
Go and do your thing. We'll go there and eat some jerk chicken with you. I wish I was out there. I would have went out there.
Yes, because everyone is invited. We're not xenophobic. Of black Caribbean people live all over the goddamn world. We live in America. We live in Africa. We live in Europe. We live all over the damn place. And we're own agent like you.
They got me a plate. We don't have a problem with you celebrating your lineage, even though you're nowhere near the islands and you ain't going back. But come on and celebrate.
Another lie. See, as a black American, you got some black Americans, they do not leave the block, the state, or the country unless they go into the army, on the white man's dollar, right? So he thinks once you're here and you're somewhere and it looks like you're putting roots, you don't go back there. But no, that's an American mindset. That's a black American mindset. Me, as a so-called immigrant from a long line of black Guyanese people that's been here forever, and my white people has been here I think since the 50s, right? Maybe even further than that, right? We put a lot of we put roots here and stuff like that, but we could still link up with our peoples. You know what I'm saying? We're international. We're not local like your punk ass. We're international. I got family in Guyana. I got family in Europe, and I got family here. I got family overseas and other places. You know what I'm saying? We don't have I guess I'm here. This is the best place on this side of heaven here. No, we're not like that. But you guys like that because you can't remove your lips from the white man's ass, and you think that there's no place better than here. What did Malcolm X says? He's like, leave America? This good white man? Where are you gonna get a job better than here? Where are you gonna get a place to live better than here? Right? That's that old house Negro. And that's what Tariq Nasheed is. He think because we like that, and because we you want to be nowhere else now. You don't want to be nowhere else. It's just sad.
We don't have a problem with that. Do you? The problem we have is when we want to celebrate our foundational Black American lineage, all of a sudden, hey, wait a minute, niggas.
Your celebration, there's no such thing as a foundational Black American celebration. No such thing. You have Black History Month. You got Juneteenth. You got Kwanzaa. You got, that's what you got. And that encompasses all Black people. Black Americans especially, because it's Black American history, peace and love and respect to Carter G. Woodson. But when we're talking about Black America, we're not going to sit here and make believe that for the past, let's say, 100 or so years, that Black Americans include Africans and Caribbeans. Right? We're not gonna pretend that. So there's no such thing as a goddamn FBA celebration and lineage. And then when you do have one, you try to do that bogus March on Washington, that's just would have been like a little tiny January 6th. It'll be about a bunch of Negroes talking about they hate these people, they hate that people, and all of that. And so it never came to fruition, thank God. But you guys don't have no goddamn holidays.
That is so divisive. The white men don't know if you are FBA or if I am Haitian. No, it only becomes a problem when we want to acknowledge our lineage. That's what we don't like. Y'all get to celebrate. Y'all want to celebrate. Nobody has a problem with it. When we say, hey, we want to do something that's culturally relevant for foundational Black Americans, all of a sudden, you niggas sound like a head room. You start talking that bullshit. Cut it out. Be more secure in who you are and stop worrying about what we're doing, because we're going to acknowledge our lineage because we have a unique lineage, as do you. And we're going to do things that celebrate the uniqueness of our lineage. When we do it, all of a sudden it's war.
What do you do to celebrate the uniqueness of your lineage? 1, 2, when you do that, show me the non-failed bitch-ass Americans that have a problem with it. You're talking hyperbole and you're making generalizations. You're not saying anything. But his audience are a bunch of idiots. They're still trying to get their GED at 28 and 30, and they can't follow the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? These are people that got low self-esteem. They hate that they Black, right? So they take on the same white American ideology of their former slave masters that they love so much because they don't want to go nowhere, right? Because it's the best place ever because the white man has made it possible for them. So they see some other people free, could go about, run about, go where they are. They think they're running away just like them. But no, but you don't have any failed bitch-ass American holidays. So what are you talking about? What are those holidays? And when you celebrate those holidays, who are the people saying that you can't celebrate that? It'd be a bunch of Americans be basically doing that. You got your Just Lee Petersons be on that shit. Your Clarence Thomases. Those are the people that you need to pay attention to. That got power. They actually have political power, but you afraid about you more concerned about the person, the Black person flying a flag that mostly got Black people living in that nation and that offends you, not the coon in your backyard.
World War IV, we do it. Y'all really wish y'all cut that out. Do we have any non-FBA people in the room? Raise your hand. Shout out to my brother Dwan B in here. I really got a question for you guys, because these folks stay up in our mentions. They stay with
yes, stay in there, and we're gonna be in there and stay in there, because for years, if anyone follow my channel or just know what's going on, he was been saying this about Caribbean people and African people, and we said nothing. We said, all right, this dude's just trolling. You know what I'm saying? The white man got the battery in his back because he's trying to be divisive and cause hate amongst black people. And after a while, we can't take it. So again, this is his whole, I'm going to throw a rock and hide my hand and don't understand why people are upset with me. People are upset with you, not black Americans, because most of us know that black Americans aren't this fucking stupid.
With us living rent-free in their brains. Y'all stay in our mentions. You stay making spaces about foundational.
Nigga, you were making podcast videos about black people, African people and Caribbean people for over like 2 years, 2-3 years before we even said anything. Like, shut up.
Black Americans, you spend most of your time just whining in our mentions. Well, why do you niggas hate us? Let me ask y'all this. How come some people from the tether class, how come you guys are never
Yes, we're a tether because what's a tether, y'all? A tether is something that's tied down to something. So I know Tariq is not that smart when it comes to like just understand regular plain English and the meanings. So if I'm tied down to something, that's why you're mad? Because I'm linked, tethered, chained down to America more than you? I can see how that makes you upset. You've been here for this whole time and you ain't got shit going on, and someone comes here when they're like a teenager, now they're like 30 something years old, like 15, almost 20 years later, they're doing better than most black Americans. Is that what I'm hearing? Sounds like jealousy. Just sounds like jealousy.
Clicked up with all of the Pan-Africanists that's out there. There's still a bunch of Pan-Africanists. There's a bunch of Pan-African out here. A bunch of
Yeah. I already said that. There's a lot. You got Caribbean people that, like me and myself, know. I know Africans. I know Black Americans. Like I said, I got family overseas and stuff like that, and we all link up. We all do business. I told you about my uncle that owns a construction business. You know, that's what Pan-Africanism is, just like Europeanism, Pan-Europeanism. You got a lot of white people here. They're probably Irish. They're probably like 5th, 6th generation Irish. They never been to Ireland a day in their goddamn life. But when St. Patrick's come, they wearing green. Kiss me, I'm Irish. Fuck me, I'm Irish. This, I'm Irish. That. They have a camaraderie, right? What you're trying to do is be an overseer and be an uncle and be a little Sambo and cause disturbance among black unity. That's what you're doing.
Pan-Africanists. There's a whole bunch of them. Why do you guys never have spaces with the Pan-Africanists? The people who want to be all clicked up with you. How come you're not clicked up with them building the new Wakanda?
We are. Where are you building the new Black Wall Street? Where's can we see the invisible hidden history museum? How long is it going to be hidden? You can't even get a museum popping. I had a video, y'all. I had a video here on one of the videos that I had where even in my small, dusty country, we got a museum. And I didn't think it took $2 million to build that museum. I could be wrong. It's a very nice, decent, museum. Could it need a little bit more work? Yeah. But it's a very good, decent museum. You get a lot of information about the wildlife, the country. There's artifacts there. Tariq does not have artifacts. What he's talking about is an art museum. I will have a picture of this. I have a bust of Dr. Clark. I will have a picture of Francis Cress Welsing. Where are your artifacts? That is an art gallery. You're trying to make a hidden art gallery. That's where are your artifacts? I went to the African American History Museum in DC. Beautiful. They have a hip hop section. They have just artifacts. They have like planks and wood from slave ships. They got chains that our ancestors were in. Like, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one moment. I gotta take care of something. Yeah, like I said, they have a lot of beautiful things there, right? He doesn't have that. What he wants is a goddamn art gallery. That's what he's trying to do right now. But I'm gonna continue.
It's the magic question. How come you guys are never, ever, 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 ever building with the people who want to be Pan-Africanist? You're never building with them. You're never in the room. You don't spend no time investing or building in Pan-Africanism. Everybody knows that it's a whole sham. Ain't nobody trying to build nothing.
Yeah, so that's enough of that. So, I'm gonna go back to his bitch ass page. All right. And basically, that's right here. There's scam Africanists and stuff like that, saying, "Oh, we don't do this. I don't say anything bad," and he's just talking more bad about Pan Africans right here. And this one is sad too.
What's up? My name is John.
What's up, John? Where you from, John?
So, I'm from Connecticut.
So you can see the picture here. He's trying to say this is an African brother right over here, and he's going to do the same thing to this dude. Now, this is only like a couple days later. Again, he's back on the attack, but saying that, oh, I don't do nothing to you guys. I don't say nothing about Jamaicans and Africans. But here we go again.
Connecticut. All right. Now, John, where's your family from? Are you a Caucasian man? What are you?
I'm black.
Okay. All right. Now, where's your family from? Because there's a lot of Caribbean. There's a lot. The south of where?
You heard him when he said there's a lot of Caribbean. Like, what's that about? So again, he's on with the attack. Like, I mean, at least y'all be honest and say, yeah, we hate Africans and we hate Caribbeans. Then we can have an honest conversation. But don't pretend that you do, and then like hours later, you saying nasty things about black people, about Caribbean people and Africans. It's like, come on, be proud that you guys are coons. Be proud of what the white man turned you into. Like, come on.
South Carolina.
Okay, your family's from South Carolina.
Hey.
I don't hear no South Carolina accent from you.
Because I was born in Connecticut.
Don't matter. No matter where you're born, you're gonna sound like your parents. No matter where you're born.
My parents is born in Connecticut too.
Okay, so who's from South?
That sounds stupid. Like they got a toilet idea right here, so you can know he from Connecticut. We from the South right here. You sound like this. So if I don't talk like this right here, I ain't from the South. Nigga, you crazy, man. You crazy, man. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like that's dumb. The dude, I don't want to know where that dude is from. He just has a northern accent. Like, Tariq forgot that most of black Americans hauled ass to the north. Like, probably like 100 years, or probably like within the last 50, 60 years. Like, give me a break.
Carolina.
My grandparents.
Oh, okay. You sound like you're from South Jamaica. You sound like you're from Pico Bay or somewhere. You sound like.
How does that sound like? Okay, he's a goddamn clown. How do sound like he's from Jamaica? You see the dishonesty?
You're from the Caribbean, but it's all good. What's on your mind?
I just want to understand the hate. Like, I don't get the hate for the first black president, Barack Obama, because he didn't do as much as others wanted. But him being the first black president itself, to me, is greater than any price.
How so?
Because
This dude is definitely an American. Rocking hard for Obama like that.
gives hope to young black men.
Hope to be do it. So why would you hope to be a coup?
And he sounds young, so it's like, wow. Like, ease up on him.
I get paid over $10,000 a month.
Don't care. Sorry.
So being the first black president is being a coon.
The first black president who don't do a damn thing for black people that makes you a coup.
What president?
Anyway, so I wanted to show y'all that. So we know what he's on right now. So you know he's a liar. This is funny too. But we're going to get into this. Hold on.
Important book you will read in order to understand them.
Gotta go to his garbage commercials. And you can see right here, he's saying, are you mourning the queen? I don't have any mixed feelings about it. Some people are, some people are not.
Used on the death of Queen Elizabeth. There's a lot of mixed reviews. Now, most FBAs, we don't give a damn.
He said most. I don't think it's most. I would say half. Like when the royal wedding was happening and the whole Prince Harry thing and all stuff like that, you had everybody, even black people on Black Americans commenting on it. And I'm like, what? Like, who cares? But y'all cared and everything. Y'all absolutely cared.
Let's be clear. Most FBAs don't give a damn. What's interesting, a lot of these other people from the diaspora, they seem to be bent out of shape about it. And then a lot of them are trying to project that onto us. Like this woman tweeted right here. Let me show y'all this tweet, and everybody got on her bumper for this. This woman is in the UK. Portia Antonia Alexis, this woman here. This is the woman in the UK. And she's like,
oh, we're doing Twitter. Okay, we're going to do Twitter real soon. Because it looks like he vetted these tweets to make it seem like, well, oh, everybody feels like that. So I don't care if he showed 10 tweets, right? He's picking these tweets because I'm going to show you tweets.
What did I say? I put up a tweet. What was my tweet? I was like, oh, this is some of y'all right now because some of these non-FBAs are looking like Steven from Django right about now. A lot of them are bucking their eyes with a side of Jollof. So a lot
more insults. So we're supposed to sit there and just take insults. Okay.
A lot of these non-FBAs are hopping in. She's like, yeah, false. Luckily, most FBAs are mourning the queen with their international friends today. Who? Let's talk to the FBA family. Which one of you guys are mourning the queen? That's why
I got you. I'll let you know what FBAs are mourning the queen. I got you, Tariq Nacoon. I got you. So let me set everything up right now. I'm showing you who's mourning the queen. You want to talk to the family? Let's talk to the family. So here, I'm going to show you an example of who's doing it. Let me hold on. I'm just setting myself up so I can show you. Hold on. Boom. You want to show tweets? let's show tweets. So you got Whoopi Goldberg, right? Whoopi Goldberg. This is her tweet, right? Several years ago, I met Queen Elizabeth at the World Variety Performance of 2009. As she approached me, all I could think of was, what the hell? I'm an American kid from the projects, and I'm in the company of the Queen of England. I was in awe. Rest in peace. God save the king. Whoopi Goldberg, an American bedwench that we all know is with Ted Danson. She liked white men, talk bad about black men, right? With Ted Danson doing the whole blackface thing. FBA represent. No, it ain't over. We got Kanye West. Kanye West also did a tweet. He said, life is precious. The Jesus World rapper copies. So, Kanye West did it. Right? Kanye West. Dionne Warwick. I love Dionne Warwick. I'm not reading too much into it, but even Dionne Warwick was on gave her condolences. Right? Even Dionne, when she says, what Dionne says, her tweet was, that's what friends are for, singing, yada, yada. She graciously greeted me with the knowledge of my recordings, naming I Say a Little Prayer as a favorite condolence to her family and the citizens of the United Kingdom. Dionne Warwick. Who? Viola Davis? No, not the woman king. Not the woman king, Viola Davis, but yes, even Viola Davis gave her condolences. Right? What she wrote, what she tweeted, Her Majesty dedicated her life to service to her country and Commonwealth with grace. The Oscar winner wrote via Twitter, and with grace she has started her next journey. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth. Condolences to the royal family. Come on, man. Now look, unlike Tariq Nacoon, I'm not holding this against them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not holding it really against them. Right? I'm not hating on any black person. As she said a little, hey, it could be for publicity reasons or to look good, face value, whatever. But only a fool would say, well, most of the FBA family ain't rocking with that. That's bullshit. So if celebrities are doing it, right? If we got celebrities doing it, how's you gonna have the average common person? They probably gonna be doing the same thing as well. Right? Who else is doing it? Oh, Little Nasty X. Little Nasty X. That's what he tweeted. Rest in peace to the Queen, but I can't stop having a fat ass. FBA is LGBTQ to the fullest. I even did a video about that, about FBA being overwhelmingly gay. This is y'all boy, right? You gotta say some nasty, degenerate, homoerotic nastiness when talking about the death of somebody. Like only someone that gross could manage to fit something like that there. Like that's just nasty. Like anyway, so this is what he's saying. This is the things what he's saying. So he's lying straight out of the bat. So when I heard when he said that, I was like, yo, this coon pimp, lizard licking, your dig 70s wannabe shaft looking ass nigga is just straight up lying. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So let's, you know me. I'm gonna give him a little more rope to hang himself, and let's see what he's saying about the Queen, about the Queen. Okay. Hold up. Let's see. See the lies.
We're titled the show today. Who's mourning the Queen? Where's the FBA family mourning the damn Queen?
Showed you.
Do they know how much we don't give a damn?
No, they don't.
I can speak for FBAs right now. I can speak for
No, you
Black
can't.
Americans who descended from
No, you can't. I just told you you're a fucking fool. You can't.
slaves and freedmen. I can pretty much speak for them right now. We don't give a damn about no
Yes,
Queen
you
of
do.
England.
Yes, you do.
We ain't tripping on her. Ma'am, don't try to drag us into the buffoonery. Don't drag us in that.
You're in there. You're in the middle.
Who's an FBA in here dropping tears for the Queen?
Your people.
Well, we so don't give a damn. And don't be fooled by a couple of black folks in Hollywood. There might be some FBA act.
See the excuses? When failed but broken Americans do something coonish, right? It's, oh, they're doing it because of that. Oh, they're doing it because of this. But when other black people do it, it can't be for those same reasons. It can't be for those same reasons. They gotta be, well, nah, because they mean it. Nigga, you don't know no celebrities. You don't know what they mean or don't mean. How can you tell me not to be fooled by something? Reread their tweets. Did they consult with you before the tweet? No, they didn't. So shut the hell up.
Actors and actresses in Hollywood who are just trying to get some airtime. They'll say, oh, God.
The actors with those tweets that I showed you are well-known actors. They're in the limelight. They're not like some wannabe Hollywood actors or someone trying to get in the limelight like your punk failed ass Tariq. They're not like you trying to get a deal in Hollywood. These are people that are already established. So that's a lie.
The Queen has died, and then they get invited on Good Morning America to discuss their feelings about the Queen. You know, niggas are auditioning. They don't count. They don't count. Some black folks in Hollywood who are auditioning, they want to get some screen time on Good Morning America or The View so that some producers can see them and possibly cast them in the movie. That don't count. These are niggas hustling. They're just hustling, and I ain't mad at their hustle. But folks, just the average, everyday foundational black American, man, nobody gives a damn about that. And we're not even being insensitive.
Yes, you are.
We just don't care. Because we understand the history, and we know what it is.
No, y'all don't. Y'all idiots.
We understand white supremacy for what it is, you know. Because, see, they didn't really play no games with us. They did a Jedi mind trick on a lot of these other folks around.
Anyone, again, because he doesn't know history, anyone that understands history, same thing that the Brits did to the colonists in America, they're doing the same thing on those islands. Same game, different place. Same shit, different toilet. So he's an idiot.
On the world, man. They did somewhat of a Jedi mind trick, but they were so physically brutal that brutality woke us up to reality. It didn't let us go to sleep too long. You see? So we understand what it is. We see the monarchy, we see the queen and all of them for what they are. We look at them as a crime family. We already know how scandalous they are. But boy, some of these folks in the diaspora, family, do y'all see all the Caribbeans and some of these African folks really got the cape on?
So he's going to extend that grace of coonery to FBA, but he's not going to send that same grace of coonery and excuse to other people. But he's not hating. Okay.
Yeah, the only queen we recognize is Aretha Franklin and Queen Latifah. That's it. But man, looking at some of the comments from some of these folks, this is the president of Nigeria. Hold on. Yeah, this is the president of Nigeria right here. President Burundi over there. He's like, I'm going to read it in his voice.
He is the president. So I don't agree with him saying anything. I really don't. He should have said nothing, should have kept silent, or said the real deal of what the monarchy meant to Nigeria and what they're doing. But if he's trying to be PC now, the hell with a Hollywood star. A Hollywood star, they're doing that for their own benefit. a man that's the head of a country, he has to think of himself and his countrymen. So it costs nothing. I don't know what's going on with him or what backroom deals he have, or I don't know. Right? I'm not that immersed in Nigerian politics. But if it's free to say, oh, okay, God bless, whatever, and da 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 da, and that's it, right? Because he has to think of other people. Who knows what's going on over there? But a celebrity doing it, right? That's supposed to be okay, because they're only doing it for their own need. Now that's personal. That's something that you do. That's personal. That shows the type of person, the type of character you are, right? No one's forcing them to do that. But this is just so dumb. Let his stupid ass continue.
That's how I think he's reading. My family and I, and the more than 200 million Nigerians have learned with immense sadness of the passing of Queen Elizabeth II at the end of her unique and wonderful 70-year reign. She was the only British sovereign known to 90% of our population. Lord. Now, my Nigerian family, what's happening?
Okay, I'll show you what's happening with the Nigerian family. That's the president. What's going on with your American family, right? They don't have, the only interest they have is themselves. This is the president's elite. Nigeria. This is a president that has to think about 200 million Nigerians and how it looks like on the world stage. Not for your bitch ass freaking YouTube or Instagram. It's bigger than that. But you're too small-minded and simple-minded to grasp that, right? But so you wanted to know what the Nigerians. So let's show what the other Nigerians would be saying. So let's go here.
For Queen Elizabeth pouring in from across the globe following her reign, the tribute.
Which is a lie. I hate when they keep saying all the condolences and everything pouring from across the globe. You must only be in certain places in the globe, because this is bullshit.
Coming from celebrities, athletes, leaders of the British Commonwealth nations.
Flags flying at half-staff in places such as the Bahamas, where Queen Elizabeth visited at least 5 times during her reign, most recently in 1994. Listen to how one woman there will remember the Queen.
She's everybody's mother. She's one of the most outstanding persons and women in my lifetime.
CNN international anchor Zain Asher joins us now. And Zain, there's dissonance because you have the reverence for the Queen across the world, some of it very personal, but you also have awareness of Britain's colonial history, some of which still lives on today in the Commonwealth, of which there is real opposition to and upset. Larry Madowo was discussing that earlier. You're from a Nigerian family, grew up in the UK. Help explain that contradiction. I wonder how you personally view that.
I would say that the relationship that a lot of Black people who are British by birth and who have African ancestry, the relationship that a lot of us have with the royal family is certainly a complicated one. On the one hand, growing up in the UK, you are taught that the royals are the pinnacle of British high society. You are taught respect and reverence for everything that the crown and the scepter stands for. And also, by the way, for my own sort of personal situation, if you are a child of immigrants, you grew up in the UK, you crave that sense of belonging, and there is an understanding throughout your entire life that the monarchy is really what unites the nation. On the other hand, though, you're also aware, you're taught
Two, when everything was already raped, looted, and plundered. Now, from a pro-black African perspective, okay, that's nice. So you need to make this right. Your forebears, your ancestors did these things. You still, like the sister said, you have Nigeria and all these colonial nations were looted, plundered, and you stole things, resources from them. So we're looking at you.
And I think that's a really important point to sort of take into consideration. She hasn't fought change as much as she could have. So I think that if there is this sort of lingering sense of resentment by some people of color, because obviously I can't generalize for 2 million people that live.
See, she's playing and say, what's the sum? Yeah, you can't generalize, but if you know the history, and we know the history, you know that you could pretty much speak for a great deal of people. The people that I find that are mostly distraught, and look at the people, are the older generation. People like in their 70s and up. Because remember, people that old, they were before Jamaica, Guyana, Antigua, Barbados, before they were around when England was still a part of the British Empire, to say, before they got their independence, when all the white people left the island, right? So they were alive when they saw that transition, but they grew up under the British crown, right? So I know they used to sing, like my mother told me she used to sing growing up in school. They used to sing the British national anthem, and that just blew my freaking mind. I'm like, what? She's like, we used to sing the British national anthem, and then after Guyana got its independence, then we sang the Guyanese national anthem. But she said for a time they would sing both. I'm like, what the hell would you sing both? That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And I believe obviously they don't do that no more. They phase it out. But like I said, it's usually the older generation. They might have some type of emotional connection to them. But the younger generation, not necessarily so, because we understand what it is. And we didn't grow up under that situation.
Live in the UK, 2 million black people that live in the UK. If there is some resentment, I think that it is towards the monarchy, not necessarily the Queen. And there is a distinction: the monarchy versus the Queen. That is it.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. It's the same thing. Like, that's like saying, well, I have my hand here. I'm mad at my hand, but I'm gonna cut off my arm because I don't like my hand, because it's part of my body. But my body is one thing and my hand something else. That's dumb. But again, she's on CNN and she has to seem politically correct and do some damage control, because white people are hearing "fuck the Queen," don't give a fuck about her, blah 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 blah, and it's continuing. Now, if you're looking at this news channel and American news channels, and you're not in tuned to like the channels that Africa has and the Caribbean have, you're not gonna know what's going on at all. So white people is gonna get these black people and put them in front of the camera to make it seem like, oh, that's how everybody is. And as slow and retarded as Tariq Nacoon is, he's doing the same thing that the white media is doing. He's pretty much doing agent shit. That's some agent shit. That's some op shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not giving you two sides. He's saying, no, all of y'all are like this. And he's doing that so FBA, like I said, FBA is a very small group. It's just fun beating up on them. But since they're slow and they're retarded, they can be like, they all feel like that? Oh, they some cool there. We can't met with them right now. We can't met with them because they'll set us up the river. So that's what he's trying to make these slow minions think, right? So let's go back. So we know what Nigerians think.
Niger, where y'all at, man? What's happening? See? Your president is up here bucking them eyes, man. Come on, bro. The Britain colonized that place and just raped the resources. A wonderful.
Yeah, that happened, and we kicked the white people out of Nigeria. What have y'all niggas done? Have y'all kicked out any white people out of anything? Anything in America? Any society? Any institution? Any block? Any neighborhood? Any town? Any state? No. But you beating up on a whole country. Nigeria is I believe is the richest country in Africa. Just Google what their GDP is. Google what their resources are. Just do that. For you guys listening, just do that. And you got the nerve to talk on Nigeria? You got the nerve to talk on Nigeria when y'all don't even have your own money, your own currency, your own market? Man, it's sad. He's leading you guys to a road to destruction.
Full 70-year reign of resource deprivation, resource rape, brutality. That's wonderful. Nigga, what are you talking about?
And Nigerians are still on top of you.
This is why we have cultural issues here between FBA and a lot of people. You're taking your colonization with a smile. Damn, brother. We're talking about...
Obama was raised as an African American, right? Amongst, for we know, Obama could be his wife's cousin because this nigga loves mulattoes. You know what I'm saying? He was raised as a black man. So Obama gave money to Israel, right, to kill other people. Obama bombed African countries, right? That's as FBA as you could get. Because Tariq doesn't care if FBA if Africans or Caribbeans don't get harmed. He doesn't care if they don't get harmed. He's saying he's dehumanizing black people, and that's how it started in what Hitler did in World War II. What he did first, he did propaganda, he did lies against the German Jews, right? And once you take their humanity away and you vilify them, if something goes, if they're harmed, then you feel no remorse. You feel no humanity towards them because these people are evil and they're out to get you. He's doing the same thing. So when people would say, when he said it, people would say, "Oh, we say you're a hate group." Yeah, you're a hate group. You're a hate group. You take in black people that are black, that are akin to foundational bitch-ass Americans, and saying they're not your people. You're doing the white man's job. You're doing the white man's bidding.
The royal family, these people colonized damn near all the planet.
Including you.
And raped them of resources, especially Africa. Boy, they went into Africa and just ran roughshod on the people and the resources, and still doing it.
No.
They're still doing it, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a lie. You know, when people lie, right? People like love to show and prove and show off. You can always tell when they lying when they don't show you any proof, right? Just like Republicans when they do that, just like when Brandon talks, he'll say something, he'll give you like a whole long diatribe, don't show you any proof, right? But then he shows you, he leads you to a false conclusion, then shows you something that is supposed to resemble, but you're not seeing it for what it is. But he's trained you like a monkey to look at it one way only and not from a realistic, truthful perspective. Tariq is doing the same thing.
These countries over there are not really independent. because I've had a couple of white supremacists try to hop in. Well, listen, dude, she oversaw the end of colonization in those countries, dude. It's not her fault. She saw the end of colonization, man. She didn't assist with the end of so-called colonization. There were bloody uprisings where people brutally fought against the colonization, so they physically got out of those places, but they still economically controlled them.
He's partially right on that in some instances. But he is right that, yes, it was bloody uprisings, kicked them out. And yeah, that's what we did. FBA didn't do that. I mean, can you kick out white people out of one town? One town. It could be 5 miles. It could be like a square radius of 5 miles. 5 miles is not a lot. Can y'all do that? No, but we're kicking them out of whole countries, of large islands, of big islands that have resources, and we're doing it on our own.
Britain still economically controls a lot of those countries in Africa and the Caribbean. They control the economy. And
not true. So this part is not true. So when we talk about a global economy, the global economy is any country that has goods and resources to trade with other people for other goods and resources. So when we talk about control, so if you're a country like, okay, let's take like Saudi Arabia. Obviously, what's their main import export would be oil. So that's like saying Saudi Arabia controls America because they control the oil and the oil reserves there. Or like I said before, OPEC. OPEC is forgot the acronym. I don't want to misrepresent and give you the wrong acronym. It's an acronym for all the oil oligarchs that own oil fields and plots of oil. They the one that determine the market, right? Not Joe Biden. Joe Biden or the president does not control oil. It's like so fucking stupid. Like Exxon, BP, Mobil, Shell, those are private companies. Those American gas companies are not owned by the government. So how does Joe Biden raise the price? Anyway, I'm getting on somewhere else. So you can't say that. So they compete in the market. Now, a force is China and America and Europe and certain parts of African economy, and Nigeria is one of them, right? Nigeria is trading big time in oil as well as other African nations. So again, what is he talking about? There's a story that I read in Equatorial Guinea. In Equatorial Guinea, a while back, they didn't have any really big resources, but they found out that they had oil reserves off the coast to the point where they were dealing with Europe and they were dealing with America as far as trying, America, and they trying to get like a very cheap deal on gallons of oil. And President Obiang at that time was like, "Nah, I'm not dealing with you." Anyway, long story short, they said no. The United States and Europe tried to do a coup, try to set a coup and put their own puppet leader in Equatorial Guinea, right? So they get the oil prices cheap, but it was foiled, right? Thank God it was foiled. So now the president Obiang was like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with Europe. I ain't fucking with America." So now they're giving it all to China. Boo hoo hoo! You need money. What you gonna do, right? So yeah. So if we weren't running nothing, weren't controlling us, these people controlling us, yes, they have to control us in opposition in that way by doing coups with America does all the time. John Bolton, the Republican, admitted a couple like weeks ago that he was doing coups in South America, right? Admitted to it to the point where someone put a hit out on him. I think it was like for like $300,000 put a hit out on John Bolton. You guys could check that out. The Republican John Bolton doing all that stuff. Yay, Republicans. Anyway, so I mean, Democrats was doing that shit too. Like I said, Obama was bombing Africa and all that other shit. But anyway, that's neither here or there. But Tariq is lying. So I've been on this mug for a while. I think I'm about to bring it home. I'm gonna play his bullshit a little more because I got a little bit more to show and prove. So let me just get into playing this again.
They put in puppet leaders who they control, because if there's a real independent thinker that goes on in these countries and rise up through the ranks, hell, they just have him killed. They'll send a jackal in there to kill him. Jackal meaning these international hitmen.
But I just explained that. So yeah, we're not cowering like how you are cowering, Mr. FBI informant. We're not cowering like you, Black Judas.
Or they'll just put all types of sanctions on these countries and destabilize their economy.
Which is not happening. You guys could put in cities in Nigeria. You could put in Accra. You could put in a whole bunch of other cities in Nigeria, and it's beautiful.
So let's not trip on the word independent, because they're independent on paper, but these people still are under the thumb of the British. And that's why I told people a long time ago, a lot of folks over there in Africa and the Caribbean, and not all of my brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to dump on y'all.
Yes, he is. Making fun of African accents, saying that we're weak and all this other stuff. Like, he's just trying to save face. And that's just all falsehood. You're being fake.
But a lot of them, man, unfortunately, they think.
And that's another thing. This is the thing that eggs me. And like, people don't understand English. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them. So you're saying the majority of them are like that. So if I'm a failed bitch ass American and I see a Nigerian, right, and I'm like, oh, most likely he's a coon. Well, all of them are not, but the likely chance that this one's a coon is probably right, because most of them are. He always says that like that's some type of saving grace. Like, well, I ain't say all of them. I ain't saying all my brothers and sisters are like that. But most of y'all, you just retracted what you just said. That's like saying, like, I ain't saying all niggers are bad now. You got some good ones out there, you got some good ones out there, take care of their kids. You don't barbecue every day all the goddamn time, bringing down my goddamn property value. That's what he sounds like. He sound like a racist redneck white man from Memphis, Tennessee. And like, and it's like FBA don't the reason, I don't know if they don't see it, don't realize it, or they're retarded, or they're slow, or is it all the above? But how can you not? He has the same talking points of a white supremacist, but he's not an agent.
That they are dark-skinned Britons. A lot of people think that they're just dark-skinned Britons, man, and that's how this.
And a lot of Black Americans think that they are the real, true Americans, like the thumbnail, Tariq Nacoon rapping himself like, oh, America, oh, it comforts me so. Oh my gosh, I love America. It's swallowing himself like an old little grandmother in a quilt with the American flag. Like, what? What, you feel that you're just as American as the white man. You feel you're just as American as the white man. But hey, genetically, that's probably so. Y'all got like 20-30% DNA. So when you say that we ain't like the Caribbeans or the Africans, that's possibly true. We weren't getting raped as bad as you guys. Because I'm only like 2%, 3%, no, 2%. No, yeah. So I'm 97% African. I'm 1% Native American and 2% Irish. African Americans be like 30%. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they maybe it's a cracker, you know what I'm saying, mayonnaise coming up out of Tariq Nasheed. You know, he's just pouring, seeping mayonnaise and Nutella coming out of his pores and his mind, because he sounds like a racist white man.
This president is talking about she's the only British sovereign known in a wonderful 70-year reign, like you have something in common with them. See, that mindset has to be shook in order for us to really get a global Pan-Africanism type thing. That's why the Pan-African thing ain't working. We can't build any Pan-Africanism with that mentality.
So how can you build a mentality of all the FBA saying, hey, warn the Queen? How can you build with FBAs like Venus Serena Williams with her white man, Jan Jackson with her white man, right? How can we do it? Clarence Thomas, right? How is that working out? Your little Nas X's, your Billy Porters, your Andrew Gillums, right? These are black people that represent black Americans and represent black political power. Your Jesse Lee Petersons. You're not ready to do shit. You're not ready to do shit. Again, get a town that's like 3 square miles that's only for black people. You yourself, Tariq, said that, hey, we kicked off we kicked out all the whites off of the islands, and we're running it now, right? We're ready past go. We already went around the monopoly board once, right? So right now we're back to go, and it's time for us to collect. We're at the collecting stage right now. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? Where you at? You are op right now. You are agent right now, talking all this nonsense, trying to dump on black people who has surpassed you in leap and bounds economically when it comes to owning shit, having infrastructure. It's weakness. You sound real weak. You're making black Americans look real weak.
It ain't just that president. It ain't just him. There's so many other people bucking their eyes. Who is this guy? This is I want to say this is a Jamaican dude, and people are trying to criticize us for not putting the cape on. Here's some. I think Tyrone Reed is Jamaican. We don't have to say.
Now, the Jamaican Prime Minister. So that's another long story. I was on a podcast not too long ago. It was a Jamaican dude that owns the YouTube channel. I ain't even gonna say anymore because me and him got into it because they hate the Queen so much. They hate the British Commonwealth so much, but they love that Jesus, which is also it's a slave religion. It's a colonial religion. Right, so black people, no matter where you go, you don't say anything wrong about my Jesus or my Muhammad and stuff like that. They take umbrance to that. So anyway, he deleted that whole podcast because I was going in on him with the religion. But anyway, he was basically had a lot of Jamaicans. It's a big channel. A lot of Jamaicans were saying, "Fuck the Queen. Me not want to deal with the Queen. The Queen ain't nothing. She's evil. She's a wicked girl and all kind of thing." And they were just going in and saying, yes, Jamaica, you need to give Jamaica reparations, right? So I'm going to speed this up a little because a lot of things I want to share. So basically going to show like a video, a clip of old Jamaicans and saying, oh, Mr. Queen, and oh, God bless her soul now, and she up with the Lord, and the Lord gonna take care of she, and she in a better place now. Like, no. They gotta show you that. You know what I'm saying? They gotta show you that. So let's go to my African brothers. What were the Africans saying from the grassroots? Right? This is from Africa.
That
hey, we mourn the Queen. But when Helen Zille tweeted and said that not everything is bad about colonialism, you all said Helen Zille is a racist. How can she praise colonialism? By mourning and praising the Queen, you are celebrating colonialism. You are not different from Helen Zille. We were not colonized in a land called Britain. We were colonized by the leadership of Britain that killed our people. So we must not be asked to do wrong things here. We are very clear. The Queen does not represent anything good. Britain has got a lot of gold and anything good. The Queen does not represent anything good. Britain has got a lot of gold, yet they don't have a single mine of gold. Those are stolen goods. We must talk about reparation. We must talk about the return of the gold. We must talk about the return of the stolen diamond, and not these other such issues which are not important to us. How can you be oppressed for so many years? After liberation, you've got nothing to show that you have been liberated. You have
real talk. So, like I said, Africans and Caribbeans, we've been around the board already. It's time to let go. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get that money, right? Black Americans don't even have anything unto themselves at all. So we have a South African, I forgot he's the president. Oh my gosh, I think he's the president. I think he still is. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But this is what is being said on the ground. Not no fluffy news piece to get some docile Negroes that's been vetted to talk about the Queen. Nah, this is real talk here.
no land, you have got no bank, you've got no mind. The only thing you have is a hatred of other Africans. Please do not buy into the anti-African agenda. Africans are hated everywhere. So wait, you cannot afford to hate Africans. Black people are hated everywhere. When you see a black person, see yourself. When you see a black person, say, my brother, my sister, let's work together to build the African continent so that it can compete.
That's Pan-Africanism. That's Pan-Africanism. Talking about black. Stupid ass Tariq Nacoon be saying that, Africans don't see themselves as black. They see themselves as Igbo, Hausa, Maasai, whatever, because that's tribalism. Does this sound like tribalism? This dude is lying to you. Tariq Nacoon is an agent, and he is lying to you. Listen to what the man is saying. We always were on the same ball. Like-minded people, black like-minded people on the continent and in the diaspora, we link up together. We don't link up with coons like Tariq Nacoon. We don't link up with coons like him. Listen to what this man is saying. Again.
With the United States of America, it can compete with Europe, it can compete with China. You hate Africans, but you don't hate the Chinese. You always say the Africans are taking your jobs. Stop being used on black violence.
You hear that? It sounds like FBA. You hate black people, but you don't hate the Chinese. Is Tariq Nacoon making videos about hating on Chinese? When Chinese own pretty much, or Asians own pretty much like at least half of the black community? They own the dry cleaners. They own the fruit stands, Chinese restaurants, right? Grocery stores. Like, but them them Caribbeans and them Africans is your enemy. Don't that sound like some Black Judas shit though? Your savior, your people that's supposed to save is your enemy, but the people that is causing the demise of the people in your community economically don't look there. Look at the Black person that's in the same situation as you, right? That's your problem. The Black person that's in the same situation as you, not the Koreans, the Arabs, the Hispanics that's controlling you economically. Right? That you guys, the FBA give their money to willingly, lovingly. Here, take my money in the bodega. Take my money. Oh, I'm going to the supermarket. Oh, okay, Mr. Hun. Okay, yeah, take that. Y'all got nothing to say about that to them. But the Black man in the back of you on the same line, oh, he's a problem because he's Jamaican or Nigerian. You guys are goddamn coons. Marcus Garvey says, I don't want any Black person. I don't want all people to go to Africa because the ones that are no good here will be no good there. Nigga, no one is asking you to go to Africa and no one wants you to go to Africa.
Stop being used on an anti-Black agenda. Love yourself, and once you love yourself, you love another Black person. Not your jobs. Stop being used on black violence. Stop being used on an anti-Black agenda. Love yourself, and once you love yourself, you love another Black person. Now an African who threatens me.
You hear that, Tariq? Love your Black ass self. Love yourself. And hopefully you love other Black people. You hate Black people. You hate Black people. You got your white family, your white mother-in-law, and all her white family, your half-white wife. Everything you got is either 100% white or half white. You hate Black people. You hate your Black ass self.
African. Like it another Musad Waka, like it Nigeria, I cannot have a little nation. Yalla now got Alabama, Nigeria, there too. Don't be scared. We are one thing that was divided by colonialists because they were threatened by the unity of Africans. Can you imagine there is an African currency? Barunal currency.
Niggas, where y'all money at? Where y'all money at? Out of all of the Black American heroes, y'all gonna get, y'all even didn't get it yet. Y'all got Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou. Bedouin Maya Angelou that never had a Black husband always talked bad about Black men. She even talked bad about Barack Obama. She was messing with Hillary Clinton. She was messing with Hillary Clinton. She wanted nothing to do with Obama. Maya Angelou does not like Black men. But y'all deify her, though. Y'all deify her, though. I want Harriet Tubman on that joint. But, yo, listen to this, man. This is Pan-Africanism right here. This is Black love. This is Black power right here.
Africa. That currency is going to be more powerful than the dollar itself because that currency will be backed by the minerals of Africa. That currency is going to be more powerful than the dollar itself because that currency will be backed by the minerals of Africa. Today, the pound of Britain is one of the strongest currencies. Why? Backed by gold. But when you go to Britain, there is no gold mine. But they've got the biggest gold reserves all over the world. Because they come take it here, they came and stole it here, and they've stored it there. And that's what makes them unique. There is no France. There is no France without Africa. the day Africa liberates itself from France, France will collapse as a country because France, it is based on everything African. They don't have anything to offer to themselves. They keep on taking from Africa. So please, let's make sure that we plow the idea of African unity. We may not be there when Africa gets one president, but we'll be the ones who have planted that idea amongst our children, and our children will salute us forever. Be there when Africa gets one president, but we'll be the ones who have planted that idea amongst our children, and our children will salute us forever.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to hit you guys with another one.
On the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, while some are saddened by her loss, others are not moved or indifferent about her death. Let's hear them out.
You hear that? I'll rewind that.
South Africans have expressed mixed feelings on the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, while...
Excuse me. South African news. South African news. South African news.
Some are saddened by her loss, others are not moved or indifferent about her death. Let's hear them out.
It's sad, yes, clearly it is, but you know, and as an African, as someone who was colonized by the British, you know, we don't feel the way the rest of the world feel. In fact, the British people must give our land back, our diamonds back, our heritage. And that's something that we will always ask for.
There's nothing much to it, because you don't get a lot of reports like that where I'm from. You know what I mean? We always have to deal with different maxes in society, and Queen Elizabeth is just one of those, you know, tabloids, stories that you often hear about. So I don't care, honestly speaking. The Queen is very, very, very...
You hear that? This is an honest assessment. You got black people saying the real grassroots.
A sad moment for us, for everybody, not for us, but mainly for the people in the UK. I think she was very loved by the majority of the people in the UK.
Quite an achievement, and yeah, it's happened. It's history. A great person, wonderful figurehead for the UK and that, but she's gone now, and there's a bit of emptiness and a bit of sadness for everybody, I think.
She's lived through a lot. Diana is...
You hear that? All the white South Africans, the black South Africans don't give a damn. They don't care if she's dead. Give us our shit back.
Big mark in her life. I also believe that once her husband had passed away, that she'd lost her best friend, and that's human. So she wasn't subhuman. She was just a human being following the rules.
Her love for people and the way she treats people, and with dignity and with respect and with love. I guess she just represents a lot.
You see the white people sticking together? That's Pan-Europeanism. That's Pan-European. That's white people sticking together, and you got black people in there, South Africa, sticking together, and that's the divide.
People look up to her
as a legacy that has been effective in any way, because she has not made a difference to the countries that was once ravaged by the British Empire.
That's the Indian man. That's the East Indian man. That's a coolie boy right there. My coolie boy. Right? So the black and brown people are telling you the real. The real. Don't listen to Tariq Nacoon, FBI agent. Don't listen to him. Get your mind out and go to the people themselves and hear from the people what is being said to on the ground.
India is still reeling from the issues of colonialism, and South Africa, we have inherited the outrages and atrocities that they've started with in the first place, passed over to the Afrikaner, and then of course, thank God that we've now becoming a normal society.
Well, it's sad. Like, death is sad. I don't really know much about UK politics or Queen Elizabeth, so to me, it doesn't really affect me as a student.
It's like a beginning of a new era, So I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. But personally, I can't say I'm happy or I'm sad about it. I'm just neutral.
I don't know why we all care. She helped colonize Africa and the whole world. She's not my monarch. She's not our monarch. Yeah, it's a UK problem.
I just feel like she was human and she deserves sympathy because she lost her life. Obviously, we have to mourn for her. But I don't really feel bad that she passed. I don't really feel good at the same time.
This is the youth. This is the youth. I'm glad the youth don't have this emotional, stupid, false, colonistic, coonist connection to a monarch that destroyed their forefathers and foremothers. This is good. This is hope. This is a brighter future. Like the Dread Boy said, he's like, this is a new era, and I'm very curious to know what's gonna happen. Well, we know white people ain't gonna do shit, but we have to force them to come to terms. That's what we need to be doing.
Very difficult for me because I think really there was stories that she's dead long ago, so that was only a double. But yeah, I'm sorry for them, but I mean, they've got good things and also bad things, so yeah, but it's their country and they must live with it. We've got our own country.
Shut your ass up, looking like a skunk, looking like a goddamn Cruella de Vil about the Queen. Can't stand you people.
Until now, problem.
They all held the Queen very close to heart, or at least a lot of them did. And I know it's a very sad day for all of them. So I wish them all my condolences.
With Create Studio
Sorry about
Pro,
that. Sorry about that, y'all. Can't help commercials. So that was that. All right. I have one last one here, and I'm going to bring it to a close after I play this video. If anyone wants to come in, fine. If not, that's cool. I'm happy to bring it to a close. This is the one final nail in the coffin.
Time as monarch. We begin today's show looking at the legacy of British colonialism in the Caribbean, where there are growing calls for reparations. The Caribbean at one point formed the heart of England's first colonial empire in North America. Many of the more than 2.5 million enslaved Africans taken to the British Caribbean were worked to death. The string of island nations includes Jamaica, Barbados, the Bahamas, Antigua and Barbuda, and Trinidad and Tobago, among many others now in the British Commonwealth. Following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, the Prime Minister of the twin island nation Antigua and Barbuda said voters may soon decide whether to leave the Commonwealth and become a republic. Prime Minister Gaston Brown spoke to ITV News after he confirmed Charles III as king and head of state.
This is not an act of hostility or any difference between Antigua and Barbuda and the monarchy, but it is the final step, as I said before, to complete that circle of independence to ensure that we are truly a sovereign nation.
What sort of time frame would you think on a referendum then?
So I'd say within the next probably 3 years.
This comes after Barbados voted last year to break from its colonial past and become a republic. Meanwhile, in Jamaica, the ruling Labour Party says it also plans to hold a referendum on becoming a republic. For more, we're joined in Kingston, Jamaica, by the renowned Jamaican dub poet, Muta Baruka, who's also a musician, radio show host as well. And in St. John's, Antigua, Dobreen Omar is with us, the chairperson of the Antigua and Barbuda Reparations Commission, also an ambassador at large of Antigua. We welcome you both to Democracy Now! Dobreen Omar, let's begin with you. With the death of the Queen, first your response, and then what you're calling for your country.
Well, it's good to be here. Let me say thanks for having me. In terms of my response, I will be very measured here. I will recognize that we are talking about death. We are talking about the loss of human life, that the Queen would have had family, etc. But I'm under no obligation, I think, to be mourning her death. And that is simply because of, I think, my understanding of history, my understanding of the relationship of the British monarchy to African people and Asian people, but to African people certainly on the continent and here in the Caribbean. And so that my response is perhaps to recognize.
That's Pan-Africanism. It's talking about the people in the Caribbean and people on the continent. So you FBA fuckboys want to be on your own, right? While Caribbean people and African people, which is the majority of black people in America, link up and fight white supremacy. You want to be an additional arm of white supremacy, and we fight you. If that's how it has to be, that's how it has to be. I don't want it to be that way, but if it's like that, that's fine because it favors me. We got the numbers, we got the power, we got the mental capacity to bring black people to a new era. Y'all dudes could be white people's lapdog all you want, and be happy, be content, that's fine. Stay your ass in America then.
The role that the Queen Elizabeth II has played, how she has managed to cloak the historical brutality of empire in this this veneer of grandeur and pomp and pageantry, I guess, graciousness. But I think that at this point in time, we need to examine that history a lot more closely.
And speaking of that history, could you, for those people who are not aware, especially of the roles of King Charles I and King Charles II in the...
Well, I'm going to just bring it to a close right there. I just basically wanted to set the record straight of Africans and Caribbeans being so mournful over the freaking British monarch when no one gives a rat's ass. Like, most of us don't care. The smart ones in our generation don't care. So I'm going to pretty much bring it much to a close right now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the video. And yeah, as always, put your comments in. Let me know if I was on point. Let me know if I was off. I don't know. But yeah, again, remember, like, share, and subscribe. And thank you all for staying with me and listening. I hope I made an impact. I hope you guys learned something from this broadcast. And yeah, peace. Until next time.